So with project management, we start by understanding how this activity on node actually works. So right here I have a little node drawn for you, and we're going to use this in all of our drawings, all of our computations here in the following pages. But just quickly, I just want to show you, normally what we do is split this thing up like this. Put the activity here, like A, B, C, D, whatever. We have over here the early start time. Here's the early finish time. We put the activity time down here, and then here we've got the late start time and the late finish time. Let's note here something I said earlier, but this top part we do during the forwards pass, and this bottom part we do in the backwards pass. The forwards pass will tell us the total project time, but the backwards pass is going to tell us about the critical path. So let's go ahead and turn the page here to the next diagram and get to work on doing our first CPM project. Okay, so we've got the same project on this page as we did on the other page, and we're going to go ahead and get started on our project here. So we have to copy these task times and the activities into these circles down here. So the first thing I want to do is tell you that there's actually an extra circle on this page. Right here. We're going to just not use this one right here. We'll just mark it off here. And we're going to begin right here. We've got the start box outlined, and then we're going to make these first two circles A and B. And A and B, A takes 2 units of time, B takes 3. So that means that the earliest we can start A is going to be 0, and also for B. And A will finish at 2, and B will finish at 3. Now we go on to C, and we know that C needs to follow after A, so we'll put that right here. And C takes 2 weeks. And then D has to follow after both A and B, so we'll put D here. And it takes 4 weeks. So we can connect C, it follows only after A, and then D follows after both A and B. Now, C can't begin until 2 because it took A 2 weeks to be done. So then the earliest C can finish would be 4. And then for D over here, the earliest it can start is 3 because B doesn't finish until the 3rd week. And both A and B have to be done. So then that leaves D being done at week 7. After D, we've got E. And E should follow after C. And I'm actually going to put it right over here, just makes drawing a little easier. I'll show you. You'll see why in a second. And it takes 4 units of time, or 4 weeks, I'm sorry. And then F follows after C. We're going to put that one right here. And it takes 3 weeks. So F can begin at 4 and finish at 7. And E can begin at 4 and will finish at 8. Next we've got G, and so G cannot begin until both D and E are done, so we'll put G right here, and we'll connect to him. And G takes 5. So G really can't begin until both D and E are done, so that means G can't start until 8, and it will finish at 13. And then over here we've got H, and H cannot begin until both F and G are done, so I can just take F over here and send it in this way, and then G here. And H takes 2, so H can start as early as 13 and it will finish as early as 15. We connect it. We always have to connect it over to the finish, and then write the total time on top, 15, and on bottom. Because now when we do our backwards pass, it's nice to have this number right here to work with. And I'm going to do the backwards pass in pink, just to be consistent with the other page that we had. So first thing we have to do is take our finish time and bring this over to the last item that last activity that we had dealt with. So in our case it's 15, it's H here, and we're going to put 15 here. And we take 15 and we subtract 2 from it, and we get 13. Because there is no slack here, meaning these numbers are the same, 15 and 15 and 13 and 13, slack is equal to 0, we know that this activity H is on the critical path. So it's circled in pink, so that's a good thing. Now we take our 13 here down, and he's got to go to G and to F. And he will be the latest finish time for both G and F. So 13, this would make 8 here. So this one has no slack. So he's on the critical path. But let's look here at F. F has to be done by 13 minus 3, that's going to be 10. So here we've got some slack. We can figure out our slack by taking 10 minus 4, which equals 6, or we could even do 13 minus 7, which should also equal 6. So F is not on the critical path. We can also go here to E, because now that we have G done, we're going to take always the late start time, and it becomes the late finish time for any of its predecessors, so that will be for both of these. So our 8 goes up here, and our 8 goes here. So this one, E, you can see is not going to have any slack. So E is going to be on the critical path, so we'll connect that. But D is going to have some slack. It's going to have actually 1 unit of slack. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to bring our 8 up, our latest start time, our 4, over to A, but we can't go to A yet because we've got to work on C here. So let's go ahead and get C done. We're going to bring our 4 over on C here from this, and then we can see that C will also be on the critical path, and then our 2 and our 0, so we know A also will be on the critical path, and D will not be, nor will B, because B can be finished as late as 4 and doesn't need to start until 1. So there we've got some more slack of 1 here. So you can see that, well, I shouldn't have drawn those pink lines there because this one's not on the critical path. Fix this up here. So you can see that for our project, our critical path then is, let's just note it over here to the side, it is A, C, E, G, H, and it equals 15 weeks. And it is the longest path through the network. Now what I want you to do is turn your attention to the next page of this video, or excuse me, the next page of this handout. And I want you to work this problem, handout problem 3.2. So this is your homework, if you will, as a result of this video and also from class, because we're going to pick up on this in class on Tuesday and run with it again and pull in the normal distribution, which will make it a little bit more interesting, let's just say. So I hope this is helpful, and I will see you soon.